Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But first, y'all, let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at the SPY. And what's interesting about the SPY is, yes, I'm going to zoom out and then go back to it. And I like to look at the 30-minute chart. Y'all, look at this move we made on yesterday after coming out of this zone down here, right? Nice move back to the upside at this 608 area. What's interesting is this candle here. At 4 o'clock, it seems like the high of this candle, 607.53. The low of this candle was 602.80. Let me say, we cannot move the market that way, generated by the computer. So y'all got to be very, very careful, right? But what's interesting is we came down and what made it stop here. So me being an overthinker, I'm like, okay, what caused it to come all the way down to this area? It would not surprise me to see us back in this area today. We do have economic data coming out, which is the PPI, and yeah, so trade carefully today. And so we're looking at the SPY again on this 30-minute chart, and what's interesting is if we go again zooming out, looking at the SPY from, this is the 1 hour chart. I like to look at the 30-minute, but I wanted to point something on the 1 hour. We are kind of like back at this 606.01 area down to the 605.33, which was the zone that we traded in on 12/9. So we have to be very careful at this area here. If we should break this area of 606, let's say 01, or this 605.93 area, we are back in this zone, and breaking under the 605.33 area, we have broken out of that zone, and we could very well continue to decline. And that shows that we're really close based on this candle here. So I wanted to point that out. Y'all be careful. You know, I always say trade carefully in the market. Anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. However, on this 30-minute chart with this SPY, we are bouncing off of a level of support. So it's just going to take us back to the upside or back to the downside. We have to wait on confirmation and trade what we see. So where are the trouble places for the SPY as of right now? I'd say back to the upside, we could possibly have trouble here at 606.80, again here at 607, 607.27, 607.53, breaking that level 607.88, and if we should break that level 608.34, could very well be a trouble place for the SPY today. Now to the downside again, if by chance we break back under, I would say the 606.20, we could very well find support here at 606.01. Now breaking that level, we have a lot of support in this area of 605.54 down to the 605.33. So that, in my opinion, is a very strong support area. So what I like to do is set my alert to let me know that the SPY has broken through key layers of what I would say support, and if we should break that, we could very well continue declining. So to the downside, I would definitely again watch the 605.33, again at 604.94, 604.65, and 604.32. Breaking that 604.32, we could very well come back to 603.82, and again at 603.57, breaking the 603.57, 603.26. I'm going to say it would not surprise me to see us back in this zone here around that 603.57 area for the SPY if we should break this 605.13 area. So if you trade the SPY today, y'all trade carefully. Anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. We are now looking at Tesla. Tesla closed at 427.77. And when I look at Tesla, it's interesting because Tesla does what Tesla does. We broke out of a gathering spot here on yesterday at that 402. We bounced off the ATR trailing stop in the 50 EMA here, found support, bounced, and we took off and moved from a 402.38 all the way up to about the let's say 432.45 has been the high from, that was yesterday. Yes, 432.45 45. So what's interesting is that was a very nice move for Tesla. Again, we broke out of a gathering spot, ran back to the upside. Now, again, can that economic data continue, push us higher or decline, right? So back to the downside, where are the trouble places? As of now, that 425.39, that's the zone that we're trading in. As you can see, price is in this area. Breaking this level of the 425.39 area, we can find support again here at the 427.22. If we lose that 427.22, we can very well come back to this let's say the 412 area. Price has been in this area. So let's go back 422.06, because price is still gathered here a little bit. We see how the candles consolidated here. So we can 419.42. If we break the 419.42, 417.40, and we're just looking at where the candles are gathered together here. 417.22. If we should break that level, 415.19, and then we can come back to this 412 area, because that's where candles are gathered together. If we break that 412 area, just know 410.01, 407.89, and very well at 404.80. So again, it would not surprise me to see Tesla back at the 404 area if it does what it does. Let's say that, right? So let's look at NVDA today just to see where we are. NVDA closed at 139.31. It too is creating a gathering spot for us right here. Support this pre-market is at 138.57. Resistance is around 139.12. Again, this is our zone here. So where are the trouble places for NVIDIA? Back to the upside, breaking above the 139.12. We could possibly have trouble around 139.35. If we should break that area, 139.72, 140.08, and again at 140.38 could very well be a rejection place for NVIDIA. Now, to the downside, there's few layers of support here for NVIDIA, as we see here. If we should break this area, 138.44, we could very well come back to this area at 138.05. If we break the 138.05, 137.77, which is the ATR trailing stop, in my opinion, that could be strong support for NVIDIA here. So I will watch that level. If we should break that, just know we could very well find support at 137.47, and under that 137.14, breaking at 137.14, 136.67. So again, I look at support and resistance on a smaller scale, so that when I'm in the trade, I can kind of have an idea of where I could possibly have trouble. So these are support and resistance areas for NVIDIA. So if you trade NVIDIA today, y'all know I say often trade carefully, right? We are looking at Apple. And I'm going to see if I can make that a little. There we are. We're looking at Apple, and Apple, see here, it bounced off of this ATR trailing stop. It seems like we bounced off of support, moving back to an area of resistance that we had marked at 130.64. So our support area as of now is the ATR trailing stop at 129.94. Our resistance area is around this area of 130.64 for AMD. Now, where are the trouble places? If we break this 130.64, we could very well come back to this area, 131.14. However, this 130.90 is going to be a trouble place. See where the body of these candles are here. So price stopped at that area for a reason. So we're going to say the 190.92 area could be a trouble place, and then the 131.14. And if we break the 131.14, 131.25, breaking that level, 131.85, 132.08, and 132.45 could very well be resistance areas for AMD today. Now to the downside, just know breaking back under this level of 129.72, we could find support here at 129.24. And if we should break that area for AMD, 128.01 could very well be a support area. Under 128.01, 126.67. So if you trade AMD today, I say too often, y'all, trade carefully and wait on confirmation. And once it goes against your why, get out. Set your stop losses or mental losses or whatever it is that you choose to use, whatever. Just make sure you have the discipline to execute that. So again, that was AMD. We are now looking at Apple, and y'all, Apple was trading in this zone here. You see where price is here. and price is here. So that is a zone for us, right? So where are the trouble places? Back to the upside, breaking back above 247.56. We could possibly have trouble here at 248.18, breaking that level, 248.35. If we break the 248.35, we could have trouble again around 248.95. That is the high of this candle here, right? If we should break that 248.95, we can come back to this zone here of 249.80, breaking that 249.80, 83 area. We could very well come back to where the body is here at 250.43, breaking that 250.43, 250.80. Those are going to be, or possibly, resistance areas for Apple today. Now back to the downside, if we should break under 247, we could possibly find support here at the 246.82. If we should break that area, I would watch the 246.48 area, and if we should break that, we could very well come back to 246.02, which is not far from the 200 EMA at 246.05. So if you trade Apple today, those are areas that I would definitely watch to the upside and to the downside. Now breaking this 246.05, we could very well come back to 244.11, y'all. So again, there is economic data coming out today, so anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. So y'all listen, I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very, very productive day today. And I say so often that once it goes against your why, get out, live to trade another day, because you can make up with that small loss, but if you wipe out your account, you have nothing to trade with. So be very, very careful today. Again, I hope that everyone have a profitable day, a very productive day, and if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, because we learn and we grow together. So until next time, y'all, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.